Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of circumference and area of circles. This is standard 7.9b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 31, which is a new item type called hot text off the redesign practice online STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So hot text here, we've got the 6 answer choices, and you can actually use the same one more than once. So make sure you are careful with your answers, and if you try to just hit next without answering both, you are going to get an error message that says you have not answered everything. If you don't like an answer, you can just drag it out. So let's get into this problem. We've got 2 circles with the same center. They're shown in feet. And we're simply looking for the circumference of each circle, okay, the circumference. Well, if I'm looking at my reference chart here, circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, or pi times diameter. So I can use either. So looks like they're going to give us the radius. So let's use that. All right, so opening up our graph draw feature. So we've got 2 circles, so the inner circle and the outer circle here. And let's see, circumference equals 2 pi r. So all we need to do is translate each of these circles into an equation here of what circumference is. So see, the circumference of the inner circle is all of this translates to C equals. So that's the written form of C equals. The circumference is, that is gives you your equal sign. So then whatever goes in that box, and I'll switch colors here, is going to be this, 2 pi r. That's it. So we don't want to say 2 pi r simply because you notice we're keeping the pi, 2 is fine. It's that r we've got to look at, okay? So that r is going to be our radius. And so the radius is not defined for us, so we're going to have to know what that radius is before we come in here. It's not on our reference material either. So the radius is from the center of the circle out to the side in a straight line. So they've got this label for us. So that r is 100. So for this first one, right, we can say C equals 2 pi, and then that radius is 100. So what we're going to do is we're just going to multiply that 2 times 100, since those are like terms. It's because it's 2 times pi times 100, but we can multiply 2 times 100, right, if we use the associative property and just kind of rearrange our factors here. And then 2 times 100 equals 200. We don't necessarily times the pi. We can leave that there because that is a symbol that we are very familiar with. So there we go. We've got our 200 pi. So we just drag that in there. It's pretty simple. Now let's check out that outer one. And it's not really difficult. There is just a tiny, tiny trick, right? So remember, the radius is from the center of the circle all the way out to the side. And I'm going to draw it down here, but I could draw it over to the side if I want to. Well, I know what this part is right here. That's 50 feet. But I don't have that. But I do have this 100 right here. So what they're wanting you to do is to visualize, okay, so if I just swing that down, that's 100 feet. So you simply just need to add those two. Then you'll get what you need. So let's write this out. C equals 2 pi, and really it's 100 plus 50, putting both of those together. So C equals 2 pi 150. Let's rearrange it using the associative property so I can put it in a different order. All right, so what is my 2 times 150? Oh, there we go. That's 300. Keep that pi. And there is our answer, is that final one. So we're going to slide this down here. And those are our two answers. 200 pi for the inner circle, 300 pi for the outer circle.